Shalom, shalom. Call I'm La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to y'all in the faith and word, truth and sincerity. This lesson is going to be titled Chaos, Eruption, division, everything along that line, but I'll find something more specific instead of making it so broad. But as we can see, man, we in these days where evidence don't even have to be presented. Everyone's aware of the state of society right now, And salagi for any noise that you may hear in the background. This is an in-transit lesson, So in Matthew chapter 24, when you start at verse 1, you're going all the way down. It lists these different things which we ought to be looking for the end days, for the signs and the returns of Yahushai, And when you get to verse 5, it starts speaking in red letter, then that's Yahushai, the only begotten Son, speaking, who the world son he calls Jesus Christ. And, from 5 to verse 7, it tells you about, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, about earthquakes, pestilences, all these perilous times, all these perilous events, right? And then verse 8, it says, all these are the beginnings of sorrows, So this is a short scripture, and it ends with a period, letting you know that with all that being done, even though pestilence, earthquakes, wars, rumors of wars, even though these are no joke of things, things like this are taken madly serious, man. You've seen what a little pestilence did in 2019, 2020. It shut down the whole earth, People are still suffering economically from that. Just from that. You see what wars do to different nations and kingdoms, man. It actually subdues nations and kingdoms, man. To the point of no return. It's hard for you to ever come back into power, But all these things are going to be going down like the Lord prophesied about simultaneously. So, it's really going to have a drastic effect on people and society, But verse 8 reads, all these are beginnings of sorrows. And, even though all these things are catastrophic, hey, there's another level. I got another trick up my back. There's another bullet in the barrel, So the Lord, He's not playing with these people, man. This is how He's going to plead for His elect. He's going to plead for them via judgment, man. He's going to punish these people, deservingly so. And the word for, deservingly so, deserving punishment, righteous anger is indignation. That's why you see it so many times in the Bible, because the Lord has a reason to destroy and send all these amendments of change, all these ways to bring justice, because people have been running around sodomizing themselves and others. People have been murdering people. People have been committing pedophilia. People have been pretty much breaking every single law and just loathing in the law and taking the Lord as a joke, man. Because judgment isn't brought speedily. They think they're in a good case. But we've seen those people trying to, those so-called Asherites, so-called Venezuelans, their true name is Asher in the Bible. We seen them trying to pretty much do that thing in Colorado where they try to kick somebody's door down. But that's just one of many things, man. These are going in all your sanctuary cities, and they're going to creep in and bleed into the rest of the Babylonian states, man. Hey, and this is going on in Europe. This is a worldwide issue. All these colonized, let me use a different term, not colonized, but all these colonizers, who got into power, who set these different, nations in their places, they move, the Haitians to this place, the Cubans to that place, you got the Somalians, you got all these different people in various places of the earth who are in developing countries and who struggle, and who've been poverty-stricken because these colonizers have came and took all their resources and pretty much oppressed the people and, extract the wealth out of their countries. Well, a lot of these countries, a lot of these nations of people, what they've been doing is they've been looking for a better life. And the Lord has been having the Spirit upon them where they're going from one place to another. Like, they're going to Europe, they're going to London, they're going to Spain. Like a lot of the Africans are in Spain, a lot of Jakes are in Europe and UK, so forth and so on. And guess what they're doing? They're causing hell. You see a lot of the Jakes, a lot of heathen, they've been coming through that, through the Texas border, the southern border there in America, hey, they're not here to, of course, bad intent is going to come out of these people because that's just how they get it, man. You know, if they want to live the American dream, they're going to have to get it one way or another. They ain't come around here to fuck off, but these people ain't living a good life and wherever they from, you know. A bad day in America is a good day for them. People got to understand that. A day in jail for someone that's from a poverty-stricken nation or a country is a good day. You know, they got food, they got water, they got AC, all these different things, you know. So they gonna cause hell. The book of Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7, the last for the day is great, for there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who's that he? That he is the elect out of the tribe of Jacob, out of the nations of Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, you know. So the Lord's going to have his elect number, like it speaks about in Zechariah 13. You know, 2/3 of the part shall be cut off, left here and die. Where? In Babylon, via these missiles. For there is no day like it. The day is great. So in other words, it's going to be a catastrophic day, a catastrophic period of time. You know, Jacob's trouble is going to be a period of time where you got famine, where you got hyperinflation, where you got murder. Everything's on the table. You know, that's what these different movies are about when they're speaking apocalyptic. They get these storylines and the illustration from the Bible. That's how they paint the picture, man. The best movies and the best creators and directors and producers, they know the Bible. You know, they know these various different stories. That's why the Bible is the #1 book in the world that's sold. It's the only book in the world that's translated in every single language that there is on the planet Earth. Matthew chapter 10 verse 34 reads, think that I am come to send peace on the earth. I am come to send peace with a sword. Yahweh Shai is bringing a reaper, man. You know, the Lord is bringing a judgment. You know, a lot of people know the Lord as, you know, a white man with silky hair. He's coming all soothed, speaking as butter. His tongue is smooth as butter, but his heart was, you know that scripture. I'm roughly paraphrasing it. They think he's an Edomite coming with white angels, and it's like going to be a cloudy of a chance of meatball type of party. Everyone gives what they want, and John 3:16, for he loved the world, so he gave his only begotten son. You know, they all in that juice. You know, they all deceive. And that's why that day is going to be so crazy, because a lot of people are unprepared. And what they are prepared for is not even, you know, correctly prepared. They're not in the right spirit. You know, a lot of people walk around and they say they're saved already. So how are they in the right spirit? What is there to be fearful about if you think you're already saved? You know, that's why the Lord doesn't let us know if we're the elect or not. It's so we could be humble. Of course, we know the traits of the elect, and we hope and pray. That's why we do what we do, so we could be of the elect. You know, but we don't know, and we have to humbly say that so we don't get big-minded, big-headed, and to think, oh, your job or your task is done. That's when you get fully destroyed, like the rest of these people in the world, man. You know, speaking to myself first and foremost, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 19, it reads, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and the great tribulation. That's right. Because when people lose it, they lose it. When you have nothing else to lose, you gonna find a way. You pretty much have nothing holding you back. Long story short, that's why you don't want to fight. That's why you don't want to get in a conversation with no one that has nothing to lose, because they'll risk it all, and that's how people are gonna be out here. You know, trying to save their life, and they're really gonna end their life. You know, roughly paraphrasing that scripture as well. You know, because this is all people know. A lot of people here, they think, you know, life's gonna go here forever. People are planning for retirement and so forth and so on. Hey, man, we know this is temporary. We on borrowed time. Our route is out, we be saved. Our route is out, we be of the elect. You know, even we have to be beheaded for this truth. We have to be put to death for this truth. But we on borrowed time, man. The time is running out here. This is not infinite. Infinite is the new earth that's coming, when it's refurbished with Yahweh Shai on the throne, King David on the throne. Right now we got heathens on the throne, and this is all temporary. You know, this is not because the Lord is dealing with heathens. simply because we went off, and you know, we're being refurbished, we're being refined, the elect, the hopeful elect. Bear with me, Baba Kashah. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals, meaning goods like provision, gasoline, food, water, remnant, all that good stuff, shall be so good, so cheap upon the earth. So there's a point in time where these things are so affordable. You know, you could do the bare minimum and you're able to afford a lot. You know, you get your bang for your buck. That they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Everybody thought, you know, as you're growing up, things are only going to get better. At one point, I'm going to be a millionaire. At one point, things are just going to go my way, you know. But as we see it, man, you know, shit gets harder and harder in this life, in this society. And that's when you realize the best days is today, because tomorrow's going to get worse. The best days was yesterday, man. People out here trying to... It ain't nothing wrong with being optimistic, you know, but people are not realists. You know, they're out of their minds. And even then, they think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils, meaning bad times, shall grow up on the earth, sword. So in other words, weapons of destruction, famine, you know, food rationing, a little to get by, a little to none, and great confusion, because, you know, with famine comes a lack of fucking mental stability. And, you know, when people are hungry and everything else, you got sword, you got great confusion, you got no victuals. People don't know what to do. You know, it says you're not yourself when you're hungry, right? So people gonna be losing their damn marbles, especially those who are used to living deliciously. You know, in a great kingdom where you got pantries, you got food drive, you got charities, you got all these different things to save you, right? Well, buddy, here's another trick up the Lord's sleeve, you know. But the elect, they're going to be fine, man. It says his servants shall eat, they shall be merry, they shall be joyful, they shall laugh. And those who aren't his servants shall weep, man. They're going to starve. They shall be thirsty. You know, the Lord's elect, you know, those who are doing what they got to do, those who are chosen from the foundation of the earth, they're going to be fine, man. Because who? The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has their back. As the Lord has always had a remnant's back, man. In the days of Noah, man. You know? 2 Ezra 15:49, I will send plagues upon the widowhood, poverty, famine, and sword, pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. You know, so a lot of women, they think they can do bad all on their own, Miss Independent. Well, the Lord gonna take your husband, man, via war. You know? You don't have these military troops, these martial law troops, or these advanced weapons. They're going to be subduing people. A lot of people think they're going to be in a good case because they got a bunker, they got 20 feet of food. You know, they got these nice-ass bullets that never supposedly run out. Well, you know, your weapon isn't the only weapon that was made, man. You're not the baddest motherfucker on the planet. You know, the baddest men and women and children on the planet is going to be the elect. When that time's come, the Lord's going to raise them up. They're going to have a hedge of protection via the Lord. His only begotten Son, the angels, spiritual power that may be given in that time, that will be given in that time. As the elder Kazakiala says, man, somebody going to get that power, goddammit. But with that, man, you know, I brought this out of this lessons out of final to the next. Shalom.